on Daddy's lap.
That's right. Slap Jason's leg.
Is your leg okay?
Yeah.
Sus as
You
fuck,
act like
dog.
you weigh anything over 100 pounds.
They're so fucking sus.
Yeah.
I like that you keep caressing my knee though. like that's natural. It's like it's not enough for me to just sit on his lap.
You got to like real lightly tickle him.
I put my hand like this and like your little ventriloquist dummy. So you want me to drink while I'm doing it?
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome back to On and Off the Mat. Today we have our very good friend and special guest, Garrett.
Don't touch mine.
Best friend, practically brother.
And we're off the mat.
All right.
Boys chat live.
Fucking...
Why are you so nervous? Travis, I hear you have naked pictures of me on your computer.
What? Oh, fuck.
Nice, y'all.
That was amazing. I'm so glad I got to witness that. You ever seen anybody get confronted about nudes they had that they weren't supposed to have?
No, I have.
I have. It was fucking awesome. Especially this girl already had a reputation for like slapping the shit out of her boyfriend all the time at school.
She beat the shit out of him because he shared her nudes with everybody. That's how Travis got him.
Yeah, shout out Kyle Campanelli.
Yeah, he still talks to me on Facebook every so often.
Nice.
He's like, what did I do? And she beat the shit out of him. He's like, okay.
Oh, was that when she ran up on him at the lunch table?
Yeah,
just fucking
yeah.
Letting him have
Because
it.
he was like sharing her news, like sending a text.
He's like, Sam, you got bomb knockers. Other people need to see these.
Double flip nip.
Yeah.
Double nip flip.
That's what he had it saved as, right?
Yeah, some shit like that.
I've encountered the whole, like, a girl sends her nudes while you're in high school and everybody gets something, but never...
That was what was happening, but for some reason Travis was like one of the first people to get confronted. But he also had the picture saved as double nip flip, and that's fucking hysterical.
That's how I saw Chelsea Gaynor's tits. He's like, I got Chelsea's fucking tits from somebody. I was like, alright.
I don't think, like, man, I don't think I ever saw those.
That was sophomore year, Chelsea. So pre-chubby.
Yeah, we were all sophomores at the time,
Yeah,
to be clear.
Yeah, she is very much our age.
Yeah.
This was very much 17 years ago.
Gee whiz. This guy loves reminding us how old we are. I'm fucking sick of it.
I'm so sick of him. Could you imagine living with him? Wait. You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lived with me way longer than you did.
Yeah.
How long you guys been living together?
Less than a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just from January on.
Okay.
Yep. Since January.
Then somebody has the audacity to go and move to the West Coast.
Yeah.
We were doing that yesterday on the way to Kansas City. It was like, it's like I get to be best friends, open up, and like get close with somebody, and they move like 3 or 4 times to the West Coast.
Yeah, and then the coast just comes calling. Calls for all of us.
He's like, yeah, I can't believe the audacity of him.
Oh, man. Well...
It's only until he gets divorced inevitably and
So
moves
I
back.
did that exact same thing as that ended as we were talking about that yesterday. It's like, well,
Boy, I wish Mario would hurry up.
gotta jump start the car.
That guy came in here, I was like, no, it's closed.
If I try to jump start it, it will kill my car.
Yeah.
Although Garrett, he was driving it and he like touched the brakes and he went, oh fuck. And he's like, good brakes. And I said, you're so California that like whenever he hits the brakes, he immediately starts going to the shoulder. Because he's like, I don't want to hit anybody.
Yeah, I'm used to my truck brakes not getting the job done all the way. At least not too fast.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to retell that, you not being able to stop in the van.
Oh, yeah, the van stories. Yeah, man.
Was it a van like that? Like Mario has outside? Like
That's the one where the accelerator was stuck. Was like
that was one he couldn't turn off, or he would have to turn it off and cut it right back on so he could go.
So you own 2 vans.
He had a minivan.
Yeah, the minivan's the one the brakes went completely out on.
The van like that he got whenever we were like fresh out of high school. Maybe we were fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
Because he was in a period of I might be homeless, so I need somewhere I can sleep.
Yep.
And then you and Victoria shacked up in it.
Yeah. Yeah, we sure did. You know, but before me and Victoria was here, I was also sleeping in that parking lot in Bonne Terre. Yeah. Somehow I was still pulling puss in that thing, man. Like, I look back, and I see a picture of myself, I look like I'm fucking dead because I'm not eating and I'm very sad.
You're 135 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Are people going to come in?
No. Just lock that door.
Did you guys get him started?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's good to go. I had to switch out different jumper cables. Is this rolling?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it?
It is, but it isn't.
It's been since
Oh, yeah. That lets him put some like little bloopers and do the Instagram shit.
Don't get.
Funny outtake clips until we actually start.
Don't post anything about the fucking high school nudes, bro.
Dude, that has to get shared with the world.
No, it does not.
No,
especially we're like using full names.
On that.
Like remember Samantha Schmidt? She used to beat the shit out of Kyle Campanelli.
And Chelsea Gainer.
Yeah.
I can
Give me a thumbs up.
names.
Oh
hear me?
my god.
Yes, I can hear you. motherfucker.
Mickey Mouse is in the building.
I gotta get like a perpetual flex on my legs so it looks good.
I gotta like punch my calves up like this so they're at optimal thickness. It's like, no, that's how I sit. That's how I'm comfortable.
It really only gets like from knees up, so.
So we're all dongs today, boys.
Man, this is the bee's knees. What the fuck you playing?
I don't know, something just started playing out, so.
It's just fucking gorillas
It's a
playing.
gorilla.
You gotta start with that question? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, let's fucking do that.
Okay.
Garrett.
What's up?
You need
Would
to
you
start
rather
Start the show.
choose it? Oh, my bad. I gotta start it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I can go sit between them and start it.
Hey guys! Welcome to On and Off the Mat, Kiali's favorite show.
Gay.
Yay, I love it. I love my show. Come here, come
Hey,
Dude's
Garrett,
chilling.
you're a purple belt, right?
I am a purple belt.
Garrett's a very good purple belt.
Oh, thank you.
Trained out of Pedigo submission fighting over there in Cali.
Yeah, the LA affiliate of Pedigo Submission Fighting, which not a lot of people know won't exist out there, but it does, and that's where I'm at. So, yep.
Sick.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like your show, your old stuff.
Thanks. You know, I gotta try to represent the brand, and maybe one day they'll give me something in free. Give me something for free in return. So, see how it goes.
Yeah, sugar roll.
Damn it.
Man, Kia, he wanted to open up with this question, man. What wins in a fight? A gorilla or a grizzly bear?
Both of them bloodlusted.
Basically,
Both fully grown.
when he
and
says
alive.
bloodlusted, he just means they have to fight each other. They have no choice.
You
I am Team Gorilla.
I'm Team Gorilla, and let me tell you why.
That's right.
Because
2 in a row.
so I just heard this story like 2 nights ago, and I was
We
telling
were
him.
just talking
All right, it's
about
not even a gorilla, but a chimpanzee. My brother is a paramedic, and he was at a continuing education thing, but the seminar ended with like a motivational speaker talking about how he was attacked by chimpanzees.
super motivating.
Yeah, so basically, I'll skip how it all initiated, but he was giving a tour in front of the chimpanzees and basically made like some big gestures and stuff, and those chimpanzees are like, no fucking way, dude. And so they grab him by his pants leg and just pull him underneath their fence, and they just start going at him. He said apparently like he tried to like wave a, like first he tried to de-escalate, and then he was like waving a stick at him. They took the stick and threw it. And then he was...
Too
Before
smart.
we get too
Too
deep,
smart.
It's 2 chimpanzees, Amadeus and Nikki.
They have names.
They have very easy names to remember. And then the dude's like this, and the chimp takes his hand and pulls his fists apart and rips his fingers off one by one. So, like, let's look at a gorilla as a... Yeah, and it keeps going. They, like, I mean, they fucked him up bad. They, like, bit off one of his ass cheeks, they bit off his calf, and they, like, ripped off a good part of his face.
Very motivating.
That's what I asked my brother. I was like, were you motivated or just bummed after that? He's like, oh, I was really bummed. I was like, I'm bummed. But anyway, so if we look at a gorilla as a super chimp, dude, I don't think anybody's stopping that shit. So
Pop that door.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I vote gorilla against the grizzly bear. They just got, they got the fucking opposable thumbs. And all
Yeah,
that.
they got like foot hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
That's always my.
The bear really can't grab the gorilla unless a bear hugs him, right?
Yeah, it's not happening.
Whereas the gorilla can grab the bear's paws and then they can have a bite war.
I just can't help but imagine it's like King Kong mode where he just like grabs the dinosaur
That's what I was saying,
fucking
right?
face apart.
Just
like,
grabs
bite
him.
me with what, dog? No jaw.
They just rip you in half from your mouth down.
Yeah, I'm never betting against gorillas, dog.
So I'll have to go back and watch their other episodes and tally up.
The votes.
Yeah, I think.
I ask everybody that question that comes on the show.
So the biggest argument for the bear is that they got claws.
And
That's about it.
they're
They're
way
humongous.
bigger.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Yeah,
bigger.
they're very big.
They're so big.
And
But
they also have like that extra layer of like fat on them that protects them and shit. So I mean, what are you gonna do though whenever a gorilla's on your head?
Yeah, I don't think that gorilla stop because when gorillas kill something, they're just doing it because they want to kill it. Like that bear's like, "Oh, you're winning. I guess I'm just not gonna eat." Or that gorilla's like, "I'm gonna kill you, dog." Like that's all this is about. It's like you've done fucked up and now you gotta die.
Hence the bloodlust.
That's the Hicks and Gracie. Like, if we fight for money, like I stop when you say, but when we fight for honor, I stop when I want to.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Fucking cool.
Yeah, hilarious. I didn't realize he said bloodlust. I thought he said blood tested, like a
like
a very regulated fight. Like
This
both
is a-
animals have been
this is
blood
a
tested.
real
dude,
undoped
don't
gorilla.
worry.
Yeah, no drugs, both no pops on the test.
Okay, so the bear is natty, but we put fucking loads of tren into this gorilla.
It's
Like,
the
he's
bear's
coughing
odds are just
real hard,
plummeting. Yeah,
digs hard as can be.
just fuming.
It's an extra tool to use.
Just one uppercut into death.
Oh man, absolutely.
Alright, so how do you guys know each other, Jason? Tell everybody that story.
So I remember me and Garrett came into contact in a kind of way at a wedding reception when we were probably like 13.
Right before I ended up going to school together. But yeah, we were just both kids that our moms dragged us to a wedding reception. Neither of us wanted to be out, and they're like, "Go be friends." And we're like, "Fuck that guy! I don't want to be here."
Why? Because he's got long hair. I got long hair. Fuck all that.
Yeah.
And so then, the first time that we spoke, I ran into you and Travis at Walmart.
Nice.
And
That's all there was back home.
yeah,
A Walmart.
Still.
Yeah.
And so we ran into each other, and like I was good friends with Travis. Garrett was good friends with Travis, but we didn't know each other. And I said, "Oh, hey, I like your Che Guevara shirt." And you go, "I like your Bob Marley shirt," which is hilarious that I had a Bob Marley shirt.
That
but-
is like, it's hilarious that I complimented it. I was just
Yeah.
being nice.
Yeah. And then you're like, "Oh, this guy is not a weeder."
Yeah. Nice.
And you're like, "Oh, you must just like his political messages."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah."
It's a good time. It's just good time jams.
So there's when we were 15, and I just reminded Garrett of how old we are by
Fucking
saying
all the
that-
time with this shit.
by saying that was now it's like 18 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So long time, and then from there I think his house kind of became the hangout spot for all of our friends, and then as my life had its ups and downs, and most of the time I didn't have somewhere to live, I just ended up living in his basement. So
Yeah, I
And
always said Garrett was like the one friend that like my parents never gave a shit when he came over.
yeah.
Before we got real close, and at that point he asked to come over one night because he got kicked out and didn't have somewhere to stay, and you ended up sleeping under a bridge.
Well, I slept in like a playground underneath like a toy bridge, like a playground bridge.
And then, but like the next, like a couple of nights later, my mom had asked about it and was like, "Hey, I said Garrett couldn't come because of this, and this." I was like, "That's fine. He just didn't have anywhere to stay."
Yeah.
And she's like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, he slept under a playground." She's like, "Don't ever ask me again. Just tell him to come."
Yeah. Yeah, it was gnarly. It was like July in Missouri, so me and my friend that was with me, we were just like getting eaten by mosquitoes, and I remember I went into Hardee's the next morning, like as soon as they opened, and I kept like falling asleep, like I was on heroin or something, but I just didn't get any sleep. And then this girl I went to high school with, it was real gross, came up and she's like, "You can't sleep in here." And I'm like, "It feels so good." Let me doze off,
the air
dog.
conditioning on.
Yeah. So yeah, that was an interesting time.
That whole high school was
Yeah.
a wild ride.
Yeah, and then funny, I'd moved to California a couple times, come back, and then I was in a relationship that ended, and this was like just a few years ago. And then once again, nowhere to go after the relationship. End up at Jason's new house, and yeah, living with Jason again. So did that for a couple years before I ended up in LA this time around. So yeah, long history between us for sure.
Yeah.
When did you start doing martial arts?
The very first time I did it, I started training MMA back whenever I was like 18 or 19 at Destruction MMA, their first place in Ironton, Missouri. And
shout out Joe Warden.
shout out Joe Warden, still in the game. His kid's doing real awesome.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all
That's
that. Yeah.
Talon's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that, and at the time it seemed like I had trained a lot, and then I looked back on it, realized I just trained like a couple months here, a couple months there, and then it seemed like a long time apart. But then like the next year, I couldn't afford to train MMA consistently, but Joe was really cool. Anytime I had money to go in there, I could, or he'd let me go a little bit without paying if I couldn't. But he was always really cool. But most of the time I didn't have money to train. And then before my first MMA fight, a couple years later, just Jason and Judo John were like the only dudes I trained with. And Jason's jiu-jitsu experience at the time was just rolling with me and Judo John. But
yeah, I was all submissions and no positions. Just like, let me try to get this Hail Mary Kimura from somewhere.
But yeah, I won by guillotine in the first minute. And so luckily, because I don't know what the fuck would have happened after that. But
I was like, I was your only corner man.
John was there.
Oh, was John
Yeah,
there?
yeah, because
Okay.
some people, like, since I trained at an MMA gym there for a while, everybody would ask to see the video, and you can see both you guys pop up like, "Ah, you did it."
I just remember you had the dude in the guillotine, and his face is right here, and you're
Tap, bitch.
you're,
Go ahead and
just,
tap,
you're
bitch.
just laying there like trying to contemplate, do I keep going for this?
Yeah.
I'm like, Garrett, he's turning red. Garrett, he's turning purple, and that dude's just like.
Yeah.
Just staring me right in the eyes.
Like,
Like,
don't tell him
stop
that.
talking to him. I was like, he's my boy. Like, what do you
Good
think I'm
time
gonna
guy.
do? Let go. You don't have it.
Yeah. So we did that. I moved to San Diego right after that fight in hopes to pursue MMA full time, but San Diego's a lot more expensive than I expected as being somebody from like the backwoods of Missouri. And so it just got too expensive, so I had to put all that shit on the back burner, and then pretty much anytime I could afford to train jiu-jitsu, I would. And then eventually got to the point where I was making enough money consistently, and obviously jiu-jitsu is always my favorite part of MMA, so I've just been pursuing that pretty seriously since 2018, and then kicked it up to like 2-a-days and all that shit in 2019. So yeah.
Do they train a lot of gi out there?
Yeah, they do. I think I think Pedigo has a reputation for like no gi and like the wrestling and stuff, but my coach out there prefers the gi. I don't train in the gi. I did there for a while to be like a good teammate, but I'm like, bro, I'm like racing against the clock as it is. I have no interest in competing in the gi, so I don't really do it. I thought when I got to LA there'd be like a ton of gyms that were open all night, all day, and have tons of no gi. The only gym I found like that was Dynamics, which was a great spot for me, but it's way more kickboxing oriented overall. Not a lot of competitors there. And I ended up working for them at their second location for a while, so shout out Dynamics. They were great to me, but it just needed more of a competition environment. So went down to Derek at Pedigo, and yeah, he's turned me into quite a bit more of an ass beater competition-wise, because definitely Dynamics has way more focus on the martial arts, which is great. I got my skills leveled up there like crazy, but being able to impose that with physicality and competition definitely came from the Pedigo gang for sure. Yeah.
They train that hard.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Have you been to the Daisy Fresh?
Yeah, I lucked out. I went to Daisy Fresh about a year ago when I visited in October, and I thought I was going to get a few days in there, but since I had a rental car fall through, Alejandro picked me up because he had to come to St. Louis like one time. So I rode out there with him, and then I'd already made plans, and like Jason had told everybody I was going to be here that night, so I wanted to come back and train. And I know Pedigo that night was going to do gi, and I wanted to come here for no gi. So I did a wrestling class at Pedigo at the laundromat before they moved, so it was sick. I got to visit the Mecca there before they upgraded. So yeah, I got one single practice session in at HQ before they ended up moving up to bigger and better things here more recently. So yeah, but it was cool. It's a tough room, and just like everybody says about it, like the energy in there is like through the roof. It's like it's a good vibe, but it's a tough vibe for sure. Yeah.
I mean, just from some of the things I've seen, it's like a lot of hard repping when they do rep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I know how we do it in LA. Like, our no-gi practices are super wrestling oriented. So it's like we start with like hard hand fighting drills. And we do 2-minute rounds as we circle through the room. And then we fight for double unders really hard for 2 minutes. And then we drill a couple wrestling techniques. And then we'll do king of the mat or like Shark Tank rounds for wrestling. And just like first to score. So it's like you either score off your takedown or you get submitted pretty much. And that's how we do those. And it's tough. I mean, even just by the time we're done with like the hand fighting drills, we're all like drenched in sweat. As far as HQ goes, we were a little bit late, so I pretty much jumped in at just like the Shark Tank rotations of wrestling, which is like tough stuff. But I know those guys like live in the gym and like drill like crazy, so I believe it for sure. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something else. Yeah, if you guys haven't trained there, I mean, it's worth the trip to go out there and get a feel for it.
Sure.
Like, yeah.
I think we just want you to make a visit this way, and we'll go with you, so we have a nice inn.
Yeah. I've rolled with those guys a few times, and now I've rolled with a couple of them in LA, so that's been cool. And I've been around them and all over the country now at this point. So, but yeah, they're cool, and I think maybe it seems like an intimidating environment sometimes, but everybody's like super chill. It's just hard rounds.
Everybody that's came up here
Been
from
super
them
chill.
is super chill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Orlando was super cool.
Yeah.
Stump's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I wish I could have made it out there this time, but just last time I was here to train, I didn't see my family at all. So this time I actually had to go see them. And, and then Alan Jackson fucking bailed on us. We were just in Kansas City last night.
Get well soon, Al.
Yeah, shout out Alan Jackson. Get well soon. I'm gonna try to not hold this against you, dog.
Yeah.
Try to see you in Orange County. We'll see.
We heard our Uber driver that picked us up on the way back said she had some man that was like so livid. He was like smacking her dash
Because AJ canceled.
Because
He's
Alan
like, I can't believe this shit.
She's like, I get that you're mad, but like this is my shit.
Yeah. Get out of here. Yeah. So yeah, just a little too pressed for time on this trip to make the however far it is out there to PSF again. So
Next time you're here, man, we'll try to make that with you. Even if we do go back down there, or if we go down there at all.
yeah.
Because I know we have a guy who was training down there. He's pretty much only there for like wrestling open mats, and it was just all like hardcore going at it.
Yeah.
And then he started coming here for these morning classes.
That was
and he's like, oh no, I'm learning stuff. No, his name's Roman.
Oh, okay, nice.
Roman Pierce.
Yeah.
But he started learning stuff. He's like, oh man, I want to go use this stuff now. And he's getting hit up by people. I think like Spatch he was talking about like Jacob Couch was hitting him up. He's like, hey man, you coming back?
Oh yeah, nice.
And I was like, maybe we'll go make a visit down there and get my ass beat.
We also have an in. I like sort of kind of talk to Spatch every now and then on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then Jacob reached out to us on.
Oh, he did?
YouTube. Yeah.
I had no idea.
For his comments, because when he went, just recently when he fought J-Rod, he did like his own journey where he filmed the whole thing.
Mm.
It's pretty cool.
That's
Nice.
super cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
It's on the PSF
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, dude, that was sick. It was a great match. You dominated the whole thing.
Yeah.
Blah, blah,
That was
blah.
sick.
He was like, yeah, you guys should
Come
down
up.
and train.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, when's the new facility open? He was like,
Now.
this coming up weekend.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
And then Garrett just so happened to be coming out, which is why I was reaching out in the boys chat, like, hey, what are you gonna do when you're coming down here?
Yeah.
We
After this ADCC Open and after the Asheville, which I guess those are like reverse in chronological order, we should see about trying to make a trip down there one of these weekends.
Our thing is we just always have some shit that we're doing one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fucking moving next month, so.
Yeah.
You better hurry up, dog.
Yeah, we gotta get it in.
Yeah, I said I had to start
Make a
packing
day
up
out of
my
it.
room.
Yeah.
Just make a day out of it.
Yeah, it's far from here, but it's a lot farther from fucking Washington, so.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
like-
God,
better make
yeah.
the trip.
It's only like an hour from here, right?
Doing something like that.
Yeah, if you're driving fast enough.
We're still in the
About an hour.
mountains though, right? It's Mount Vernon.
Nah.
You know, he fucked up one morning whenever he worked with me and
Oh,
drove
yeah.
past Nashville.
Oh, I
and,
remember that.
And
Yeah, I was
he's like,
listening
hey,
to
let
that.
him know I'm going to be late. And I was like, all right.
We've made our trips past Mount Vernon more than a few times.
Yeah.
In Mount Vernon, I went to the that special Panda Express one time.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Shout out Panda Express.
Always shout out Panda Express. Yep.
Dude, orange chicken is so good.
Yeah, Mario
sir.
wanted to be the first one to be sponsored by them, but Andrew beat him to it.
It's
Yes,
cool.
he did.
He's a much better jiu-jitsu athlete than me.
You get sponsored by Thip, too.
I'm down.
They didn't even know we existed until a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, they're like, where are you guys coming from all the time? It was like every Sunday we were
Right over there.
Yeah. We didn't even know that was back there.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, we're down that road.
Yeah, I've seen it there forever, but I'm not a big Thai food guy, so I've never bothered.
They've
with
got Chinese too. Yeah, it's kind of a catch-all.
Nice.
So, I hear you mumble sometimes.
Yeah, I might. I'm trying not to right now, but I might be.
You're doing a great job. You know, I mumble too.
Nice.
I can relate on that level.
I haven't had anybody tell me I'm a mumbler since and who knows how long. And then I come back here and this guy's like, "Don't forget you're a fucking mumbler when we do the podcast later."
What's worse is that he could probably understand you half the time.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because he's used to it.
Yeah.
I've had to translate for him.
He speaks the language.
Before. But yeah, like not everybody is like me and Kiahi, where we just want to be loud all the time. Because like if I'm talking, I'm loud. If I'm not, then you probably just need to initiate it.
Yeah, you're a projector.
Yeah.
You're good.
I've had public speaking classes too.
I have public speaking.
Oh.
If I get up there on like the mic and shit, you know, I can.
Yeah, well, you were in fucking bands and
Yeah, I was
shit
in bands
too,
and public speaking.
Yeah, you know how to turn it on, right?
What's that?
You know how to like.
Yeah, I know how to
switch
turn it on.
I say I turn into Mr. Charisma whenever I'm nervous.
Nice.
So like I'll go
That's
in and
hilarious.
I'm like shy, and then as soon as like I'm initiating that conversation, I was like, yeah, let's have what? Yeah, we can do that, and like just try to fake my way through it for just like hard personality.
Oh, I do the same thing. I feel like if I'm meeting somebody new, I got to bring my personality A game, and all the pressure's on me to keep the conversation going. So,
Bless you again.
Bless you
You're
again.
only getting 2.
He's about to have 3
You better
more.
fucking
Did he
cut
just
it out,
swallow
dog.
his sneezes?
Oh,
what
no,
the heck?
You only get 2 of them.
I just swallowed all the rest of my sneezes.
This
That's
dude
wild.
will go 17 deep.
At
And
least.
I'm
Of
like,
sneezes?
I'm
Yeah.
like, you
Yeah.
need to knock
A
it
real
off.
fit.
Like there's a minimum usually of 5.
Yeah. Well, first off, that big fat cat that is so precious.
You're allergic to
he's
it?
Allergic to
Yeah. He's allergic to cats.
Dude, this episode isn't about me, so...
All the episodes are
Hey
about
guys,
you a
let's
little
just
bit.
talk about
So-
Kiahi the whole time. Like.
First off, this is the boys' chat.
Yeah, that's true. It is the voice chat. IRL.
Man.
Wow, didn't even realize
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah, it's sad other people can't see what we talk about in our chat.
It's
It's probably for the best. Yeah.
Definitely for the best.
So I guess
Yeah.
it's definitely boys group chat stereotypes.
So let's start turning that back around. What else do you do, man, other than jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, so pretty much I just live life in various gyms. I'm a strength and conditioning coach, personal trainer. I coach some CrossFit for some easy money as well.
Oh,
And yeah, so pretty much just spend every day. And right now, I guess I'm in 3 or 4 gyms per week, or I guess maybe 5. Either training myself or training my clients, doing my jiu-jitsu training, doing my lifting training, and so on and so forth. So yeah, like I'm all over LA training myself and my clients. So yeah, just all the time spent in the gym. So living the dream.
What made you get into personal training?
So the honest answer, again, we're from straight up the middle of nowhere. I didn't even know personal training was a job, and I wasn't even like really regularly exercising when I found out. But I just realized I was starting to look gross, so I started to exercise again because this was like kind of like too poor. Like there was like the initial MMA era. Then I was like homeless and super poor, and then I scammed my way into a house. And I got fat in the house, and then
we also need to talk about an era in Garrett's life prior to this where he was vegan.
yeah. So
And
this
not only vegan, but a poor vegan.
yeah. So poor homeless vegan, and like just looked like I was on the verge of death, super skinny. And then we scam our way into a house, like I was saying. So I'm eating in the house, but I still don't have like a lot of spendable money to go back to training. But I start to get all skinny, fat, and disgusting looking. So I'm like, this is not gonna work. So I start lifting and stuff, and I see, I guess because I had started Googling like workouts and shit, that personal training stuff comes like, get your certification to be a personal trainer. I was like, oh, what? And I was like, well, I always liked training whenever I could afford to do it. So I was like, and I had no ambitions to have any normal job ever. I was like, the idea of doing anything 8 hours a day makes me want to fucking kill myself. So I'm just not going to do it. So personal training was like the first thing I knew that existed that seemed like a job that I could actually enjoy doing. And then once I had that goal, then I was like cool with getting jobs to make money to work towards becoming a personal trainer. So that pretty much sparked all the ambition that turned me into a way different person I am now than I was back then. So yeah, I picked up some odd jobs to get a certificate right before I moved to San Diego. So the goal was to like be a personal trainer, train MMA, blah, blah, blah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, you've gone to. Did you go to both trials, ADCC trials?
Yeah, this past year I did.
Yeah, so you're competitive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you do jiu-jitsu if you weren't competing?
No, I don't think so. For me, especially so this like how I break down a lot of like my approach to jujitsu is that it's so much a sport for me. Like depending on who I'm talking to, I know it's gonna sound douchier depending on who's listening, but I don't care about the martial art of jujitsu as much as I care about the sport of grappling. So like for me, when I couldn't afford MMA anymore, I started playing rugby, and it's like I wouldn't go to rugby if I couldn't like play the game. So for me, it's like it's still a competition, it's still a sport, and now I've been in the game long enough, and I've done this or that, and I've gotten good enough to contribute to the gyms where I'm lucky I don't have to pay to train anymore. But it's like even my first year and a half in LA, I was like overdrafting my bank account to afford my membership to train. So it's like I can't do all this investing into a hobby and like not even compete. And then obviously it's like now a bunch of my clients know me from jiu-jitsu, they do jiu-jitsu, so all of that in a roundabout way also contributes to my resume and helps me get more clients. So especially the prices to train jiu-jitsu typically in LA, like at PSF LA, it's a little bit cheaper because our schedule's limited. Our coach and owner has a full-time job outside of it. So, but typical LA jiu-jitsu prices are like a minimum of $200 something a month on top of everything else being crazy expensive. So it's like I can't justify this if I'm not working towards something. So it can't just be like a hobby that I'm like getting better at solving the puzzles and paying $200 a month. So for me, competition's always been super important. And that's another appealing thing about being into just grappling and not MMA anymore is that I'm going to put off competing at Masters for as long as possible. But like whenever I have to, I'm still just going to go try to beat everyone's ass that's my age forever. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe one day I'll burn out, but I don't really see it happening because it's like, and just also in strength and conditioning, it's more incentive to train with like a goal and have more kind of incentive to train hard and have something to work towards is way better than just spinning your wheels in the gym.
Absolutely.
So.
I agree. I get way better at jiu-jitsu whenever I have competitions in front of me.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I need to be better by this time.
Yeah, the flip side of it for me was like going from starting to tip my toe into becoming like a jiu-jitsu competitor as opposed to like a hobbyist that kind of competes sometime to where, or even just becoming a more frequent competitor to where it used to be like, okay, work on everything and then like a month or two out from your competition, focus on just A game. And then now I'm competing like every month pretty much. And so the past year, especially since the ADCC trials, I was super unhappy with my wrestling. So I've just been wrestling and competing so much. It's just A game. And not, so sometimes like, fuck, I haven't really learned any new techniques on the floor in a while. So it's cool to like now I'm coaching some technique classes. So I get a little bit more time on the ground and all that. But now it's mostly like just trying to like smash through dudes on the feet and immediately grab a submission. Just being more aggressive because all I care about is ADCC right now. Yeah. And like I got a passive call on the East Coast trials because there was like a scramble and I sat back to guard and the ref was like passive warning and I was like, this dude just called me a bitch, man. It's like I don't want to pull guard ever again. Ref's calling me a bitch, dude, like just because I didn't get back in this guy's face because we were like scrambling up and he stiff arm was like, that's cool, I'll just play my guard. And then the ref, and how I perceived him giving me a passive warning was just straight up calling me a bitch. And I was like, I gotta get back to wrestling because I was never really a guard puller, but COVID put us outside in LA, so we were training in a parking lot and the mats weren't fixed together, so they were spreading out. If you tried to like shoot, the mats would you
didn't have a border.
Yeah, and we're right by like a wall and like some other sharp objects in the pavement, so you couldn't really wrestle outside. So I just started playing butterfly round after round after round, or open guard. And so, yeah, my wrestling fell way off. My guard went way up, but then I had to like correct that after getting called a bitch at ADCC. So, yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Man, I'm definitely going to work on my wrestling. I mean, I'm just waiting to get a black belt.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I hit, I'm like, okay, I'm going to become wrestling takedown focus for probably like a year or two.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. For me, it's been cool because I have such a better understanding of grappling after having a few consistent years of training to where understanding what you do on the feet is coming a lot easier than like when you first start grappling and try to learn the wrestling aspect of it. Yeah. Now it's like, oh yeah, it's the same principles. We're just upright instead of flat. So, and especially going from like an open guard of using a lot of sweeps and now doing more upper body takedowns, it's basically the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like using more judo style foot sweeps and hip tosses and all that. It's still kind of controlling the upper body the same way I would from guard and then taking the legs out the same way I do with guard. So it's been a lot of fun to work on.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, come up from like low to see progress somewhat rapidly, which happens less and less the more advanced you are. So
that's super cool.
You're doing the ADCC Open, right?
Yeah, I'm doing the ADCC Open.
Yeah, I get to see him like 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I feel good. I was upset that they changed the weight classes because I had like made myself weigh.
They changed it. That's what happened.
It's different from the trials weight classes and the championship classes. So I had like made myself weigh 88 kilos, like right at 194, and I'm like, great. And then the open weight classes changed to like 81 kilos or 92 or something, but basically it's 204 pounds or down to like 182. And it's like I've just like gained all this extra weight to not be able to weigh 182 anymore. And even though I was 182 like as recently as last year, so now I'm competing at 204 because I don't want to cut weight, don't want to worry about it. So I have to be a little bit heavier, which is fine. I've competed at 204 at the last couple smaller competitions, but I was annoyed because like I'd put my whole life around ADCC. I was like, I'll even weigh the exact amount of weight I need to weigh, and they're like, we're changing it up on you. But I feel good about it. I competed at black belt. I'm a purple belt, but competed at black belt in California, so I feel like those were some pretty tough rounds. And I did the trials, and those are obviously open belts. So, yeah, I'm just ready for it. And the training has been so intense at Pedigo that I honestly get a little bit more nervous for our King of the Mat wrestling shit because I want the mat time. I want to be able to stay in, and I know everybody's going to go hard as fuck. So it's like that's more intense than competition at this point. And I have gnarly enough training partners. Like whenever I came from a more chill gym, nobody's ever really like ripping your arm away to where you realize you have to tap that fast or your arm's going to get broken. And now that I'm used to that, it's like you realize you have that time. So it's like the worst case scenario is getting your shit broken in competition. And I feel like, one, I'm going to try to win, not end up in any positions where shit can get broken. But it's like, I'm just not as worried about it anymore because competition training is like, it's, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel any different. So I've kind of finally crossed that line to where the like cliche is true or whatever. So training hard, so competition's easy. Like, yeah.
So everyone gets competition nerves. And since you've kind of made yourself be in a position where you're going to compete more, having done that, do the nerves go away?
Yeah. Yeah, they've chilled out a lot, especially the last time I got like a good nerves rush is whenever I signed up to do black belt at Jiu-Jitsu World League in LA. And like it was like the end of the day. I'd already been there for several hours coaching my teammates, and I was like, okay, it's time to compete at black belt for the first time ever. Even though I'd done one of the trials already, but I was just like, what am I doing? I could have just got like another easy win, but at purple belt, but we didn't really want to do that. And I was just awesome. I was like, what am I doing? And then I ended up winning against a black belt, a 0-0 refs decision. But I was like, holy shit, I'm capable of beating black belts. And then I won one other match. And then I had a really tough match against the 10th Planet black belt out there. And it was really good. I think I was even up on points, but then he got me to like the spider web position. I was like, I'm good here. But then he started to do like the bicep cutter, like, but it was like in my wrist just to break my grip. And I was like, fuck, here we go. So I knew like if I didn't tap to the wrist lock, obviously I was going to tap to the elbow. But yeah, so I held my own with him pretty well, even though I got the submission. I beat one black belt, beat some other guy. I don't know what belt he was. He might have even been just a purple. But after that, going back into just purple belt divisions was a lot easier. So I'll see how the nerves feel at ADCC with it being open belt again. But like the last competition I did, I saw the guy came down from Masters purple to adult purple, and I was like, I'm gonna just fucking ruin this dude's day, dude. Like, no disrespect to him, but it's like I've just been like getting like mutual murder in the gym all the time with like my teammates, and like this dude does not know what we do, so it's gonna so that match went really well for me. No disrespect to that guy. I was just like, my confidence was just through the roof of like going from like facing black belt adults to like a purple belt masters in like a local competition. I was like, this is not gonna be the kind of level I'm working on, because he's probably just a dude that does jiu-jitsu, or I'm a jiu-jitsu dude, you know what I mean?
That happens, man. Oh, I know exactly that feeling. Sometimes you just like before you slap up, you just, oh, that's the guy I'm fighting? All right, cool. I'll just do whatever I want real quick.
Oh, yeah. I've had a couple, like, anytime my brain is just in that mode, it's like, I've just done so well. So I'm like, I'm hoping, and even, that's one thing, like, sometimes delusional confidence kind of gets on my nerves, but I'm like, really, it's pretty tight to have, because it's like, even if you get a little bummed out because it didn't work out like you thought it was, you still perform so better if you're like, I'm about to beat this dude's ass. Like, this dude is fucked. And just believing that makes you just perform so much better. So
for sure.
Yeah, that's the attitude I'm trying to acquire through all the brutal training.
That's what I figured. That's super cool. I like the way that you set up like your kind of like your goals in your life, so that it makes you be like a better person, or like makes you, work out more and all that kind of whatnot.
Yeah.
Did you learn how to do that, or did you just decide to do that one day?
Which part?
The goal setting.
The goal setting stuff? Yeah, I think. Well, I feel like Jason was there for a lot of it, so it's just like I was just horrifically depressed and so aimless to like my late teens and like the very beginning of my 20s that I didn't really understand how good it felt to have like a goal to work towards or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like as soon as I did it, I was like, that felt great. Like you know what I mean? I wanted to do something. I worked really hard and then I did it. Like that was fucking tight. And it's just like, just gives your life meaning. You know what I mean? Like it's not to get like too deep into philosophy or whatever, but that's like, for me, it's just life. The meaning of life is whatever fucking meaning you put on it. And so for me, that's been picking out goals to like ascend to and just doing that repetitiously or getting as close to the top of the mountain as you can and just trying over and over. So just, yeah, giving myself direction and purpose came from basically personal training as like the first goal. And then working towards that, like getting odd jobs to afford the certificate and then build up my career. It's like, dude, this is fucking tight. It's like I actually know like what I'm going to work on tomorrow. I'm not just going to wake up and be bummed that nothing's going on. So yeah, once I kind of dabbled in it, I was like, fuck, this is the way to go.
Yeah, we've both always been like very long-term goal-oriented where it's like I might not see this for, you know, a year, 2 years, 5 years, but we knew that was like, that's what we got to do.
Yeah. That's been life-changing.
Because that was like, people have asked me about how I got started in jiu-jitsu and stuff. I was like, well, me and Garrett, I said, but where we grew up, like, there was nothing. Yeah. There's, like, taekwondo and karate.
Yeah.
And like, the UFC was still new at that point, so it's like, we would get, like, ultimate knockouts.
Yeah.
Like, ultimate submissions, and I loved all the Sambo guys, because I've always been like that, but it's like, whenever I saw that, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I remember the first time I called Destruction MMA actually because like, again I was like, just like a teenager. And MMA was still like, I mean I'd been watching UFC since I was a little kid, but you still didn't really understand what's going on. Like, you didn't realize it had already become kind of like its own everything mixed together already. So I was like, I remember embarrassingly calling Destruction and being like, well, what martial arts do you guys mix? Because I want to do Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. Like, that's what I want to do. I don't want to do fucking boxing and wrestling. I want to do Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. And they're like, yeah, we do all of it. It's like, so I went, it's true, they do all of it. So, but that's just such a funny thing to look at doing. Like, these are the martial arts I want to mix. These two. I don't want to do mixed martial arts yet. I want to mix these two together.
I want to mix them all together.
Yeah, I want two.
All that useless shit in
I want
there.
an up one and a down one, and that's it.
I think it's hilarious. What kind of martial arts do you guys mix?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I ever phrased it like that exactly, but I was like, I need to know that there's a jiu-jitsu there and that there's a Muay Thai there.
Well, to put in perspective, this is...
I didn't even know what personal training was at this time when I made this phone call, bro.
But this is like 2005, 6.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
we old as shit.
Yeah, because that call I remember was from the house, like the last house I lived in with my mom in high school. So yeah, that was probably like 11th grade. So yeah, like 2005, 6. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's pre like Ultimate Fighter because we watched Ultimate Fighter at my house all the time.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh fuck, we can watch this.
Yeah.
This is like a weekly thing that we can watch. Because like I said, at that time, the only way we could watch it was by going down to the Family Video.
Yeah.
Or the Blockbuster.
Right.
And getting DVDs.
Yeah. Yeah. The UFC pay-per-views back then were like every few months. So,
Yeah. They weren't even in the monthly stages.
Long ago.
That was whenever they were like fully bankrupt and like, all right, we'll show these guys training to be fighters.
Yeah.
And then luckily they had Stephen Bonner and Forrest Griffin. Shout out Stephen Bonner who followed me on Instagram for like a week.
Shout out Stephen Bonner for the spam follow.
Yeah. I get that all the time. And Brendan Schaub liked one of my stories and shit. They're like, oh, he's got jiu-jitsu in his shit. Boom, there you go.
If you're going to follow the boy, just keep following him.
Yeah.
Don't spam follow him so he follows back.
Yeah.
Very cringe. Yeah. Don't do that shit.
As if they run their own social media.
Stephen Bonner definitely does.
He's like, he's not too big for that shit. That's him back there.
His shit was for his like pro wrestling and stuff. And I was like, that. And like, he followed me for a while, but then got rid of it. You know who didn't unfollow me? The Godfather. Masukatsu Imanari, who still follows me years later.
That page is sick.
That is sick. It's just all the close-up
Yeah.
We just scroll through it and it's just faces.
We need to get you to like go train with him sometimes. Takes a picture of you, puts him on the page.
Yeah,
it'd be cool if he's like followed you closely and like you went and he actually just knew who you were.
Jason.
Yeah. Jay Skiles. Jay Skiles, 10PJJ.
Oh, man. That'd make your month, I bet.
Yeah.
I'd be like, how do you even care who I am?
He's like, don't worry about it. Fine.
And he's like, takes a picture.
That'd be funny.
Okay, so I might have missed, like, this might have just got glossed over because you were talking kind of fast for a second, but like you were vegan?
Oh, yeah. I was vegan for from ages 17 to 22.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's a while.
I still have a tattoo that says that I desperately need covered up because this body's built by beef. not vegan.
Beef body.
Yeah, so I was vegan from 17 to 22, and it's funny. I was talking to my girlfriend about this recently. That it's like, at the time, like obviously, like PETA was like on one, talking all kinds of bullshit that I was paying attention to, and obviously, like most white teenagers, I hated my dad at the time, and so he and I have a lot of ups and downs. But I think that probably really contributed as to why I wanted to buy into what PETA was saying.
Shout out Rick Gaston and his cattle farm.
Shout out Gaston Seven Cross Ranch. But I think at the time, like, I wanted to just like be as little like my dad as possible, so it was easy for me to buy into all the PETA stuff. And like I did like animals, and I like worked with animals at Gaston Seven Cross Ranch even. But yeah, it just seemed like the right thing to do, like to be against factory farming and all that
It was
shit.
a $3,000 saddle.
Yeah. And so yeah, I was vegan from 17 to 22, and I stayed vegan after I'd kind of stopped believing in it because I got less, I don't know, less religious for one, and just more into like anthropology and physical stuff, and it just seemed more natural for people to eat meat after all. And yeah, so I kind of stopped believing in vegan being the right thing for humans to do, but it was something I had just kept sticking by. And then embarrassingly, I can admit that I also liked as much as I hate smug people, I liked being able to like, I'll have my pizza with no cheese, thank you. Doesn't that make me interesting in this small town that I don't want cheese on my pizza?
No, you're at a Little Caesars and you're literally just putting sauce on your pizza.
Yeah.
You want tomato bread?
So once I let go of all that and I treated myself to like a double Whopper, and I was just like, this is the first time I felt full in 5 years.
Like I said, like, it would be one thing if you were vegan and had money, but you were a poor vegan.
Yeah, this is like ramen and peanut butter jelly vegan and like some dumpster vegan and all that stuff.
Hold on. Peanut butter jelly in your ramen?
No, just like my ideal like dish, like dinner, whatever, would be like the Oriental ramen from the one brand that's vegan with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on the side, dude. Like salt and sweet, like through the fucking roof with that pairing, dog. And everybody, like, I ate it so regularly, and everybody gives me this reaction. I'm like, bro, it's a great pairing, and everybody's like, that sounds disgusting. Like, it's fucking sick.
It sounds like shit.
It's so good,
It's a body
dude.
built by Oreos and blueberry unfrosted Pop-Tarts.
In my brief vegan time, I found out Oreos were vegan. I was like, let me find the milk that's most like milk real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, and my parents, like I said, Garrett's been around, we would buy stuff.
Yeah, and if I got around vegan junk food, if I got around any food that was
man.
vegan, I'd just fucking smash it, unless it was
we
gross.
would
So.
keep shit just for Garrett. We didn't say that it was just for Garrett, but it was...
Yeah, it's Garrett accessible.
It was tailored
Yeah.
to his likings. Like, I always had unfrosted Pop-Tarts.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always had Oreos down there, and Garrett'd be like, nobody's eating these but me. And
Did you just
don't worry about
Is
that.
that unfrosted Pop-Tarts?
Yeah.
Some dude walking back there.
Maybe it's fine. He probably lives back that way or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a segment on here that a couple of them like he like wants to make sure it's consistent. I know we just talked about unfrosted Pop-Tarts, and sorry, that kind of my ADD brain cued that for like conspiracy. Why are they unfrosted?
Oh,
But he
nice.
always wants to like ask people if they have any conspiracies that they like.
A favorite
Favorite
conspiracy.
conspiracy.
If you don't care,
Or if you're not into conspiracies, you can say that too. That's totally fine.
I'm not a big conspiracy guy. I do like believing in cryptids, but that's about as far as that goes.
What's that?
Cryptids are fun.
What's a
it's
cryptid?
Your Sasquatches and your Loch Nesses.
Oh, like the monster lore?
One of my dogs killed a chupacabra once.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's Jaws did that.
Mr. Pancake's
Oh,
got
Mr.
the chupacabra.
Mr. Pancake.
So in Missouri, there for a while, there were these like weird inbred. What were they saying that the coyotes were like mixed breeding with?
Possums?
No, could you imagine?
Chupacabra looking. Like,
I think it was like a crossbreed with like a fox or something.
I don't know what it was, but it was this like weird bluish hairless coyote that would just have like a couple patches of hair, so it was gnarly looking.
And they
Chupacabra.
literally called them chupacabras because it's like they looked horrific.
So I was living on the backside of the Gaston 7 Cross Ranch with my pit bull, and he was just wandering off, and he came back to my trailer covered in blood, and I was like, oh, and he was like unharmed. I was like, bro, what have you been getting into? And so I walk up, and there's just this chupacabra that he killed that just like looks like, I mean, just like a blue coyote, like a blue mangy, like otherwise hairless coyote. I'm like, bro. So that's the chupacabra I saw at least.
You picked the wrong one.
Yeah, Mr. Pancakes just let that dude have it. That Mr. Pancakes was just.
He was full pit, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he turned 4 and lost his mind and just had a really bad attitude about everything. But he was always down to scrap early on. So he killed that chupacabra. So I had to keep him away from other dogs and stuff after a while. Good dog. Shout out Mr. Pancakes. Shout out Jaws. Shout out Gorilla. All my dogs from back in the day.
Every one of those dogs.
Yeah.
Although, so you know how Chente sits pretty and stuff? Uh-huh. I was staying at Garrett's house on the backside of Gaston Ranch, and I'm up all night because this was early, like college era Jason, who the like sleep schedule was Nick's.
Yeah.
But I was sitting up, I was playing, I think Fallout or something, and Mr. Pancakes just walks in front of me and just bear stance is what Garrett called it.
Yeah.
He's just sitting in front of me like this, and I'm like, fuck off. Like, and like he walks away, he comes back, he bear stands, and like Garrett like sleepily gets up. I said, "What's this?" And he goes, "Oh, it's bear stance. He's hungry."
Yeah.
I said, "Why
So don't you like it when I do this? You're gonna give me something for this one?
Feed me for this?"
Doing the thing you guys like. Usually, I get something in return for one of these.
I'm like, I don't know what you want, dude. Fuck off.
Good dogs, man. Whole gang of good dogs. Yeah, good dudes. Favorite conspiracy though, man. I don't know. Like I'm always entertained listening to them. I feel like I'll get myself in trouble if I talk about any of them too far. It's like that nowadays you're only supposed to be a certain kind of person to like buy into conspiracy theories.
Well, okay, so that's the thing though, right? A lot of those conspiracies that last are because they're like, "Can you prove it wrong?"
Yeah.
And then someone's like, "Oh no," or somebody thinks that you can't prove it wrong.
Yeah. Man, I don't want to paint myself in the wrong layer. I'm always entertained by listening to whatever
That's a good way to start it.
has people getting them carried away on whatever conspiracy, like,
Okay.
or if something's like super nuts, it's wild to hear about. And then if I hear something super nuts, and then there's like then I hear some of the steps that took somebody to that conclusion, I'm like, ugh. Like, I see why those steps led you that way, dude. So
Man, that's how it happens though. Like flat Earth, they're like, "Ah, man, the Earth's round. What are you talking about?" And then you start going through the YouTube hole, and all of a sudden you're like, "I can kind of see where they're coming from on that." Okay.
I hate
we all,
the flat
we all
Earth one.
collectively know that the Earth isn't flat.
Yeah. I will say that is my least favorite conspiracy. I fucking hate that.
I think probably the closest thing to like a conspiracy that I love is the fact that time isn't real.
Oh, come on.
I hardly call it a conspiracy.
It's
Coming from the guy that wants to remind me how old I am every day.
Well, that's the thing. Is like it always gives people an existential crisis, right?
Yeah.
But
Well, one of the biggest tropes of that is that people say, time is a man-made construct. Well, we're trying to describe something that we think exists.
the difference in it, or to go down our conspiracy thing, is light years is a measure of distance and not necessarily a measurement of time.
Kind of.
So a light, it's, how long the light takes to travel.
Yeah.
But that distance changes as it gets further from that light source.
Yep.
Whenever we got the first picture evidence of a black hole, which was a theory up until a couple of years ago, that is now hard evidence that there is something that warps light, which is our standard unit of measurement.
Yeah.
So as light gets closer to that black hole, it starts stretching. So a light year starts stretching. So now it's not a universal construct.
Yeah.
So now time is definitely not real.
I'm gonna be real, dog. You lost me at the word light.
So that's all right.
Yeah.
Not a conspiracy theory, but a theory more like that I heard recently that was like, ugh.
Yeah.
This is heavy on my brain to have heard it. It was like, they were just talking about, like, because it was interesting because, like, there's some, like, philosophers and stuff that I've seen talk about, like, eternal recurrence, that you just live the same life over and over again. But now there's, like...
Until you do it right or whatever.
Well, there's a scientific theory that the Big Bang theory, like, Big Bang is just happening over and over again. That it's just expanding out until it collapses, and then it just goes again and again. And so everything's happening at the same time because we're all just living through that expansion until it implodes and starts right back over at the beginning. And it's like
that ties into like the ghost concepts of like energy staying in the same area.
Yeah.
So you have residual hauntings and shit like that.
Yeah. The hard part about that though is that like the amount of time that has to elapse for us to comprehend that that's happening.
It's so
insurmountable. It's like completely not understandable.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say. Like back to like more tangible things. This is such a hilarious venture into stuff, but it's like I'm super into anthropology and stuff, and now they keep finding like human footprints farther and farther back in North America, and it's like, bro, it's like we've all been here way longer than they thought.
Well, there's that, and then like going with anthropology is like, you ever do the game where you make up your house hunters like profession?
Oh, okay.
So primate archaeology is what mine is.
Nice. Because
now apes are entering their own Stone Age. So apes have been using tools.
Chimpanzees often use sticks as crude tools.
Yes, as we all know, is the famous line from Dude, Where's My Car? Is the only thing worth quoting. The thing with apes up until that point is they were being shown. So there was an ape that knew that would show another ape.
Yeah.
Now our apes are being born with that knowledge.
This is actually happening?
Yes.
I love that.
So they are entering their own Stone Age, where, you know, as a kid, you find a hammer and you kind of instinctively know, I bang this as a hammer. Yeah. They are doing the same things.
Yeah, I'm on board for apes during the Stone Age. I don't like seeing octopus using projectile weapons. It's like, you guys need to fucking go back. Like, you know.
Well, there's the theory that they are extraterrestrial.
Yeah, I know. And now I see them throwing shit underwater. I'm like, you better cut that the fuck out, dude. Making me very uncomfortable.
There's the new alien theories where there's submersible aliens and shit. Right. I don't buy... Like, I want to believe in aliens. Yeah. Like, we have all of this life on this one rock and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's so unfathomable.
Yeah, well, it's like, now I've like, what was it? I think, I don't know if it's a specific type of gorilla or just gorillas in general weren't discovered until like the late 1800s. Like, we didn't even know about gorillas until like a little over 100 years ago. I'm like, and now the ocean is like, dude, I don't even want to know what's going on down there. What we've seen is terrifying. Like,
we found
just call it a day.
The deepest spot so far.
Yeah.
So it's like we have explored more in our own galaxy than we have on our own planet.
Yeah. So it's just like, bro.
Yeah, space.
We gotta stop looking for trouble. They put on land where we belong.
Two different directions is not good on the other one.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like, do you want to know about the disaster coming first? Or just let it happen. Just let it happen.
Yeah, dude. I don't want the anxiety. Like, I don't want that shit. I don't want to suffer twice. Yeah.
Yeah, just let everybody know Garrett is 100% Earth gang for life.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking no doubt. Fuck Mars. Fuck Mars colonizers, dude. It's Earth gang all day here.
Earth go hard.
Shout out, fuck Elon Musk.
Yeah, straight up. Actually, those dudes can go to Mars. They can get the fuck off my planet if they don't appreciate it.
Have you ever seen a tree?
Yeah, they're the best. I've been just admiring. Since I've been back in Missouri, I'm like, fuck, everything's so green. This rules. Rain, that rules.
Yeah, we got up this morning and he goes, oh, sick, rain.
Yeah.
I said, it's fucking awful. And he goes, I've not had rain. And
yeah. Dude, I appreciate a rainy day.
When's the last time you had rain over there in Cali?
Sometime in the winter.
Garrett sounds fine, I think.
The fuck? Jason sounds good. You sound good enough, I guess.
No, Garrett sounds good.
Yeah, main guess, whatever. Fuck you.
Yeah. Well, we're back.
Sans Mario.
Oh, yeah. AC. Cut that shit off.
Yeah. Need to have Jason sweating for continuity's sake.
Yeah.
So we're back.
We are back. It is storming.
2/3 of the boys.
Yeah, Mario.
3/4 of the boys.
Shit. I ate too much.
I was texting Maria and I went to say 4 something. 4, but I just put 44.
Happens to the best of us.
I was like, it's such a. I ate French toast.
Yeah, I can't talk in numbers, dog. It doesn't work very well.
1, there's too many managers in here, and 3.
I'm not doing it. I don't fucking remember what I said. But yeah. Anyway, we're here.
Yeah, we're here.
But
We're
not
back.
Mario.
We don't have Mario with us.
Lost him in the storm.
Yeah, he got blown away.
He's too light.
Yeah.
We're trying to make 143 for ADCC.
Oh my God.
Dude.
We both weighed ourselves yesterday before open mat. He goes, I'm 141. I said, you are exactly 50 pounds lighter than me.
Holy shit.
Ain't that about a bitch?
Small feller. Dude, I hate rolling with small fellers. Everybody, my gym's always like, oh, I want to make the next weight down. I'm like, why, dude? Like, you train every day. You compete 6 to 10 times a year, maybe, just so you can be less comfortable when you roll with me, dog, because I'm just going to crush you to death the same. And you're just going to get smaller and smaller.
I'm the exact opposite. I'm tired of rolling with big fellers.
Yeah, you got to just keep getting big.
Yeah.
I don't like rolling with smaller dudes anyway. They fucking squirm out from underneath you and shit, dude. It's annoying. So, yeah, get bigger.
I'll just smash on them. I'll just hold them down.
Yeah.
Staple them there.
There you go.
Keep a staple in the back of my trunk and just pop, pop. You in there.
Nice.
You part of it.
Whatever it takes.
Alright, well, we really don't have much to touch on.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Mario's gone, but we were talking about conspiracies and how we like them.
We had a really good thing going, and then you just called time on us.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we were going to go eat lunch, like, at 3 or 3:30ish.
Yeah, well, we went.
He's bad with time, you know that.
I've learned it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awful with time.
Like, it's either, like, he's way late on it, or he's got to be exact.
Yeah.
It's like, there's
There's
no
no in-between.
grace.
Now we know. Now we know.
But we are here for Edge. What was that about? Also vegan and ass talk time.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of those are about.
I bet you don't.
Sure.
You're supposed to edge while we talk about asses.
Yeah, well, don't mind if I do. Yeah, we already talked about the vegan stuff.
Yeah, we did.
As far as being straight edge, yeah, been straight edge since I'm 15, and
Got a
still-
nice little tattoo.
Yeah,
I
got
remember
my-
when you got it.
got my first straight edge tattoo when I was 16. I got another straight edge tattoo shortly after that. Now I have a whole bunch of them. So there you go. And yeah, Mario said something. You guys want to talk about psychedelics or something?
I don't know.
Mario always wants to talk about psychedelics. You know that.
He
Oh,
probably
yeah.
did more than I did. Like,
Want to talk about psychedelics?
well, not wanting-
Experienced them.
Yeah, stuff like that. And he likes to go into the like how they make people feel. like,
The Netherverse.
sides,
Nice.
Like to the healing form and stuff like that.
The Shadow Realm.
Yeah, fuck, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I
you-
obviously haven't done it. So.
Yeah, you've got two dudes that have like claimed straight edge since they were 15.
Yeah, so.
You guys, neither one of you guys have ever like smoked or drank. Or
Oh no, I was white trash, like 11-year-old smoking cigarette butts and shit. You know what I mean? Like finding those, and then I drank whatever I could find from like 12 until 14, I guess, or 11 to 14 or something, and like just country Missouri dude. Like,
I think
my grandpa poured me like a fucking amaretto sour or whatever
Oh,
whenever
Jesus.
I'm like a child. Like, so I had one of those back in the days. But yeah, obviously just called it all off at 15, and yeah, been straight edge that whole time.
I think whenever I was like toddler age, when you go up to all the cans and shit, like it doesn't matter. I think my dad I had went up to my dad enough times while he was drinking BLs, so like he handed me one. I was like, fine, take it, and like I probably sipped it, and I was like, bah.
Tastes like piss. Yeah.
And that's the one and only time that I've done anything.
We all have traumatic drinking can stories as kids. I drank somebody's spit can one time.
I almost drank out of a spit cup.
You
one
did it?
time.
Oh, dude, that's full on slurp spit.
Yeah.
Burger King cup.
How'd you respond?
I threw up.
Did you?
You got a
I
boner.
couldn't throw up. I just laid in the living room floor, just.
You said you got a boner.
Yeah, well, I got a boner. He threw up on his dick. Loved it.
Nice.
Loved every second of it.
Why does this just keep getting hotter? It's a great day. I'm drinking spit and I'm hard as a rock.
He was 18 when it happened.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was like 18, 19.
Oh, what the fuck?
We were on our way to Six Flags in Atlanta, and one of my boys like dipped, and he was spitting in a cup, and I
Wasn't paying attention.
there,
You just
dude.
fucking grabbed.
I was literally turning onto the road, like to get on the off ramp to like go into Six Flags, and I just reached down, and I just took a big fucking, like I swallowed and everything.
Yeah.
And then the minute that I realized, like the second it hit me.
Yeah, the minute would be pretty hilarious.
Yeah, it's just like.
Let me taste. Make sure that this isn't Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
'Cause they
They really
taste
changed the
same.
formula up on
Yeah.
this Dr. Pepper in the last 17
Did you
minutes.
get diet or something?
Yeah, but I threw up
On his dick.
what I thought was gonna be out the window, but I forgot that the windows are rolled up. Yeah, fucking.
Bounced off the window onto his dick.
Yeah, told you to end up there. Oh man, that's rough.
Yeah, like I said, I almost did that once at the Irondale pool hall as a boy.
Hell yeah.
That's where I spent my younger years growing up in a pool hall. I don't know how I didn't develop some kind of drinking habit or something, but
Yeah, I don't know how you just didn't keep it going with Travis and Damien in the fucking bowling alleys of Bonterre.
oh, I know. I hung out with those dudes, but like
Not at the bowling alley.
I went to the bowling alley with Travis a couple of times, but dude, whenever you suck at bowling and you go with your buddy who's been
Really
in
good.
bowling forever, our buddy Travis, he passed away.
Shout out, Travis.
Yeah, shout out to the Newkirk and his eternal bowling and smoking cigarettes in the afterlife.
Yeah.
But truly living in the bowling lounge in eternal history. But like he was raised to be a bowler. His first professional adult game, he bowled a 300, and I
You
pushed
got the
him.
jacket.
Yeah, I pushed him so hard to retire.
Yeah.
I said, please, just no more.
Yeah.
I said,
It's
you
the
have a perfect record. It's just one game, just 300. He's like, I love it. I was like, all right, man. But he got the satin jacket, and he got a ring or some shit for it. I said, wear it everywhere.
You really should do this.
Makes
So
sense.
sick.
Yeah, because this is one of those like 90s, like satin, like, well, I call them 90s because I had them in the 90s, but
Yeah.
they're fucking like
Like those
70s.
baseball jackets,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, too, I don't think I've met a person in my entire life that has bowled a fucking
Yeah.
perfect game.
Like,
Yeah.
he was one of those dudes, I talked about him when you and I went bowling, where he would stand, line up, and just fucking hook it. And it always just found that perfect pocket.
I don't think my mic is my mic on.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all.
it's that blue light.
Blue
Yeah, he
flash,
told
yeah.
me.
Cut that part out.
No, baby, don't worry, you're not professional. It's all right.
Whatever.
Jason's so professional. It's the second time.
Yeah.
I've done this shit before. This is the old hat.
Yeah,
It's not my first rodeo, baby.
Yeah.
You might not know a little thing about rodeos, but where
I
I
know a little bit about rodeos, dog.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, Garrett, you ever do like rodeo shit, ride bulls, horses, and all that?
Man, yeah, I rode horses all the time. Like that was like one of my jobs growing up or whatever. So yeah, I rode a lot of horses. Still can. I was hoping to this weekend while I was in town, but I didn't get to. But yeah, I rode horses. The only
He's so frightened.
yeah, he's like, you better not.
Oh,
Right,
Kiahi has a irrational fear of horses.
Dude, they're so chill, man. They're great. Humans have been riding horses for like millennia, dog. Like,
Guess who hasn't? Me.
yeah, you need to start.
They don't let any horses on Hawaii.
There are
Whenever,
tons of horses there.
There's too many horses for how many people are in his close space. That's why he's afraid.
whenever I was really little, like where I was like the age that's supposed to ride sheep or whatever, I rode a calf in a rodeo. Like, but other than that, it's just been like horse riding. Yeah, I've got like a cousin that like raises bucking bulls, and him and like one of my other cousins are bull riders or have been bull riders and stuff. But Yeah, my dad's always done horse stuff, so I've done a lot of horse stuff, and
Shout out to horses.
yeah, shout out horses, man, dude. They're so sick. Like, they're just cool dudes.
Right.
Almost always.
Yeah.
I did almost get kicked in the head by one time. That was not a cool horse. He had like an attitude problem. It's like my life flashed before my eyes because it was like, boom, like right by my face.
You also had that time that you put that saddle on a horse.
I did, yeah. I can't even imagine being responsible for that. But one of Jason's favorite stories is my dad yelling at me about how expensive the saddle. I've been saddling horses since I was like 5 years old, but surely I was just there and somebody else messed up the saddle. I don't know how I could have put a saddle on a horse wrong, but saddle slid off a horse or something, and my dad just lost it because very expensive saddle.
How expensive?
I can't do it as good as you do, but a $3,000 saddle.
It was a $3,000 saddle.
Yeah, so my dad, who's a very large man, sounded like that because he was so upset about that saddle biting the dust for a second.
Garrett has this unfortunate genetic makeup where both his parents, when excited, octaves just go through the roof. So Garrett does that as well.
That's why Garrett
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hawaii kept tapping me while we were eating because you kept getting shocked by Tyler. And you would go, I was like, I've been seeing that face for 18 years, man.
It's hysterical.
It's just
like, I mean, the shock was
yeah, it's authentic, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
well, there's the picture from Ethan's wedding of you and Ethan and I, and it's all of our personalities.
my eyebrows were up.
And you're like, lean forward because somebody was telling us a story.
Yeah.
Garrett loves stories.
I do, man.
story
guy.
Mr. Pancakes that we brought up earlier, his dog, we took him to the park one time, and my mother, being funny, is like, don't get kidnapped. And Garrett said, if they offer me candy and a story, I'm going with them.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things like talking and captivating with a story.
I'm an active listener, dude. I'm a real good listener. If you're going to tell me a story, I'm going to lean in. Make sure I hear what you're saying.
That is the posture of that
photo
that I have.
Yeah.
I think I'm sitting similar to this.
Yeah. I'm active. I'm engaged, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just a real good communicator at the end of the day.
My therapist told me that I should be able to communicate well, so...
Yeah, so I think I've been killing it.
They write a lot, and I give a thumbs up. That's why you go to therapy to get the high score, right?
That's right. That's why I do it. Nah, I don't do it.
I don't do that. That's some weak shit.
Yeah,
I'm not gay, actually.
I bypass all that shit.
I don't know, man. I am digging the sparkle look, though.
Is it showing up?
Dude, you have so much glitter on it. You literally have one speck of glitter in between your mustache. Like, just one.
Where my spaces, dude, where the hair don't grow, dude.
Does it not grow there, or do you shave it?
It doesn't grow there, dog.
No, he wakes up every morning just like, I can't have this. I'm so anti-Hitler that I gotta not have
this one completely smooth. Did I get that glitter?
Yeah.
Nice. I don't know. I guess that's from my girlfriend's stuff in my bag, or
we
maybe...
went to lunch at High Point. We did not go to the Hustler down the road.
I mean, I hugged all my friends over there, but I don't think any of them are particularly glittery. This must be diamonds from my bag.
Yeah. Damn it all. Now you look like a fool.
You know what I bet I did? I was like, so this is a dumb fucking story for this podcast, but I've gone too far now. My mom sells Juice Plus, and I had like a vegetable Juice Plus bottle of capsules and a fruit bottle of Juice Plus capsules, and they both popped open in the bottom of my gym bag and opened up, and they're just capsules filled with like ground up fruits and vegetables.
Juice dust, one would
say. Juice dust, yeah, juice dust from Juice Plus. And, like, some of the capsules busted open in my bag, so there's just, like, juice dust.
You got juice dust.
No, I took a rag to, like, wipe it up before I filled my bag with my clothes for my trip, and I think I used one of Diamond's, like, makeup things because I just had to wet it to, like, get the dust out. So I think I probably just took a real sparkly makeup rag and just fucking put sparkles on my gym bag, and now I'm...
Sparkle dust.
Shining, dog.
Shout out to Diamond and Juice Plus.
Shout out Diamond. Shout out my mom and Juice Plus.
Shout out Karen White.
Shout out Karen White. Yeah. If you want to get Juice Plus, get it from Karen White. Yeah. There you go.
Link in bio.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a link anyway.
Yeah.
You can put a link to anything you want in there. Juice Plus.
Yeah, check it out.
Oh fuck! So we covered pretty much everything.
Yeah, we're in the ass talking now.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you kick us off with this ass talk time so I understand what it is.
Yeah.
So I guess the joke around that was that I spelled Asian wrong.
Asian.
And I think I put ASEAN.
Bro, you are Asian though, is the thing. Like,
yes, but we had Mario's childhood friend Sam on.
Mhm.
And
Well, he's a PI. He's not an AA.
Yeah.
Well,
he's half Korean. So
But you're a PI.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I don't get the ass talk time or the Asian talk time. You guys could have just erased the bulletin.
Yeah.
We usually just leave that there for like.
That's said the same things for the past 6 episodes. We just happen to be vegan. And,
Yeah, you have somebody else with their edge.
Yeah.
Vegan.
So you edge a lot? Is that...
I don't want to talk about it.
It's been a long
I don't
weekend.
want to talk about it. Yeah, it's been a long time away from home already.
So, like, a couple of things went on in our weekend. We were supposed to see Alan Jackson. We brought that up, but
Tell me about the trip there, because I wanna.
I mean, like, it was pretty uneventful. Like, outside of getting that postponed, like, it wasn't a bad trip. Like, we had fun, and like Garrett had said on the way, like, we're gonna be sitting and talking anywhere.
Yeah.
Why not just sit and talk in a car?
Yeah.
And so was like a chill ride up there. Got some Culvers. Had a little Burger Boy turn around because Garrett's been neglected out in California from like everyday people food.
Food's not as good out there, straight up. Don't let anybody lie to you. It's not Midwest. It's got the best food.
Like he was telling our waiter at the char bar, which to Hawaii I called it the charbecue.
Nice. They should consider rebranding.
Yeah, but shout out Char Bar in KC Mo. That was
really good.
pretty sick. But like regular everyday people food is better here.
Yeah.
High dining and stuff.
Yeah. Probably, and like foreign cuisines and shit. There's way more of that out there, but I got a white trash palate, dude. I just want buffalo chicken and burgers.
You hit that SE Mo, baby.
Yeah, they don't do it like we do it here. The most annoying thing about the trip was the timing of everything was just like, like we just committed to one step at a time, like right before, you know what I mean?
Mm.
So it's like, there was no alert on the tickets. Like when we checked the tickets before we took off, like later the tickets got updated to say TBA on it, which would have been a red flag for us before we left.
Yeah.
Tickets look good, so we drive. I was like, I get us a hotel on the way because there's no reason we would check to see if it's canceled. So I was like, okay, we go ahead and get a hotel. Still don't think it's canceled. So I booked the hotel probably not until like 3.
Yeah.
And then we get there. I was like, let's go to the hotel first, drop my bags off, then we don't have to worry about parking at the arena. Buy an Uber. So we pay for the Uber to take us to the arena. And then I see...
First off, that Uber.
Yeah, we'll touch back to
Okay.
Party Guy Uber. But like, we were on the backside of the arena, so there's just like one sign, and it's like the tour poster, but in like bright pink, it says postponed.
I see Garrett go.
Yeah. I was like, so, and then we get to the front, and it's like, you know, it's like a moving video
It's got the marquee thing, and
But
it
it's just
says
like,
postponed.
Postpone. I'm like, fuck.
I said, Garrett, and he goes, I think it's postponed. And we both go, phones.
Yeah, and it's just got me doing like, I just couldn't stop doing like redneck PG swearing for like 30 minutes. I was just like, gee, golly. Gee whiz, man. Like, because it's funny and it's not that big of a deal, but it's so fucking annoying. I was just like...
It's the fact that we drove 4 hours.
Yeah.
To just be somewhere.
Yeah, because we could have I mean, it was a good time. Like I said, we got like time to catch up because we haven't seen each other in so long. But we could have just done it here.
Yeah.
And like it's like luckily we're both doing all right financially, so it's not like it broke us, but it sucked to like spend money about nothing. And and
we could have went to Culver's down the road.
Like it was all a good time, but AJ was gonna be the icing on the fucking cake, and then they just said no icing, dog.
Yeah, all cake.
Yeah.
All cake,
no icing.
So. Which, I mean...
It's not a bad cake.
For me, I'm not a big icing man anyway. So it's like... And like you even mentioned to me, you're like, maybe we don't go to the AJ concert and we have a good time anyway. And then you're like, well, that was the kind of... We're going to be sitting around talking anyway. Why not go see AJ anyway?
Yeah. Man, so...
But we got to meet Party Guy Uber.
Yeah. That dude was wild.
First off, we get into his car. We're talking about So in retrospect, I have Ubered twice, I believe. But I was saying, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like it's
Rare.
Yeah, I have a car.
Yeah. You have a car here. It's like
Yeah, I don't go anywhere. I go to work. I come here.
Yeah.
I go home.
Yeah.
I come here. I go to work. I go to gym.
Yeah.
I don't live a fanciful life.
Yeah.
And so it's like we're talking about that, and I was just saying, oh, it's weird. And Party Guy says, oh, it's weird for strangers to just pick you up and take you somewhere? Like, yeah, it is. It's a very weird concept. I've grown up with not getting in cars with strangers.
Yeah.
I got candy and cool stories.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
But that's the thing, is he's fucking bumping Jack Harlow right away. So I'm just like, what in the fuck is this dude listening to? From what I could see of him, I was sitting behind him. He was a scrawny white kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess he was probably about our age because he said he worked at a ski resort in Colorado. The talker, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, he got back from a ski resort in Colorado.
For like 10 years.
Yeah, he's like worked there his whole 20s, and now he's back in Kansas City where he's from.
He's an iron worker.
Yeah, he's an iron worker now.
He's like,
but we know all about him. He just started a strength and conditioning program.
Oh, he knows all about us too. Yeah.
Yeah.
He talked to us the entire time.
And it was only a 10-minute ride.
Yeah.
But he was talking.
So who you guys going to see at the Alan Jackson concert?
Yeah.
Or at the T-Mobile Center?
Yeah, we're gonna say. I told him Alan Jackson, and his immediate response was just excited about the audience. It was like, everything.
He was like, oh my god, there's going to be so much puss.
Which was just wild.
I was like, is this...
Aren't you at work, dog? I mean, that's like, we don't mind. That's just a wild thing to hear an employee say to you, like, as soon as you're in there, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm technically your boss, sir.
Just like, I couldn't imagine, like, checking out at line at Walmart and somebody, like, going to the AJ concert. Like, there's going to be so much puss there, dude. Like,
he's like, I'm so jealous. And we're like, what? Like, I'm trying to piece together how this dude just feels this comfortable talking to us.
Yeah. He just saw us. He's like, these guys are fucking cool, man. Yeah. I'm going to say what's been on my mind all day.
Yeah.
So that's how that went pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was just kept asking questions trying to be talker, so then Jason had to share some of his personal life, and that guy was just kind of like, oh, yeah, all right. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you want it, much like our best friend Rick said, you want me to ruin the mood? Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck. At least you guys got to drive around for fucking 8
Yeah, it's
hours.
cool, man. I've been away from Missouri for a few years, so I just drove through that whole fucking thing.
And now I'm sick of Missouri.
There and back, so, you know, I got quality time with my homeland, I suppose, even though most of it was way away from my homeland part of it. And, but yeah, it was cool. It was a good time.
I got some strange donuts on there.
Yeah, I picked up some strange on the way.
Shout out strange donuts.
Shout out strange donuts, dude. That's why I hype them up everywhere I go, because like everybody has, no offense to strange donuts, but like everybody has like their hipster donut shop now. The Strange Donuts is the fucking best. I don't want to hear about Voodoo Donuts. I don't hear about anything else. Strange Donuts is that store, so.
Hell yeah.
Strange Donuts #1, dog.
Like pro wrestling stuff.
Yeah, their owner, I forget what his name is, he was at the NWA show last night.
Nice.
Which, that was what I was telling him, if we didn't go to the AJ concert, we would have been at NWA.
Yeah.
That would have been sick.
That would have been cool.
Which, also, the 25th September, we're going to the pageant.
For what?
Another indie. Danhausen's going to be there.
Well, that's all you need to do.
Shout out indie wrestling.
Shout out Danhausen.
Yeah.
That pageant housing, man. He puts
Yeah.
on a show.
There you go.
But yeah, which we were discussing that's put on by a promoter that used to run shows.
Oh yeah, this dude is like this guy named Joey O'Farrell, which is a very memorable name.
Yeah.
But he like basically brought concerts to Farmington, like our hometown area. Just booked him in the patio area of this pizza place called Barbarino's.
Shout out Barbarino's.
Shout out Barbarino's.
Which is no longer there.
No
It's
longer.
a coffee shop.
It's been gone
It
for
was.
a long fucking time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that pretty much brought a scene or whatever to Farmington. So
Yeah, that was our hardcore scene.
yeah, so it was cool. And then yeah, that sprung up other venues, and then like bands like. I remember another guy started booking bands there, and then we got Madball and Remembering Never and the Banner.
Hoods. I saw Hoods.
Yeah,
there.
we opened for Hoods at Bob's. That was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And then we got into fights afterwards.
yeah, that's also true. Yeah, good times.
Yeah, Hoods was playing and I walked right through him. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Good times back then. Fighting at Bob
I guess our
Arenas.
lifetime bans are up.
Probably. I don't know. Yeah, they always had different managers. Bob himself apparently was like out of his mind upstairs.
Yeah.
Who knows? Don't want to disparage the man himself.
Yeah.
Bob Areno himself.
Yeah, Bob Areno.
Yeah.
Shout out Bob Arenos.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those are gonna be thumbnails.
Yeah.
Not thumbnails, but clips.
Yeah.
At the beginning of this.
Just shout out, dude. Shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a reoccurring thing now. So it's like now we
This is
just
a shout out episode.
yeah. Shout out to small town Missouri.
It's important to express gratitude to people you're grateful for, dog. And we do that by giving them shout outs.
Yeah. To they'll never see this, but
Yeah.
If we tell them they get a shout out, they might.
yeah, maybe now that it's a couple of down home boys,
Yeah.
like we both have enough friends from that area and in that scene that it'll.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be good. People need to fucking listen to what I have to say.
No, dude. Earlier, a lot of your story and coming up and stuff like that was really interesting.
Nice.
It was a little hard for Mario to follow, I think, because us three can follow like Southern Mumble and things like that.
Now he's saying it.
Where's he from?
Mario, he's from all
Fuck
over.
if I know, dude. I'm pretty sure it's like China or the Philippines or
He was born in Germany,
Germany. Yeah.
and then
He's from here.
He's obviously
around
a
here,
spy,
I
dude.
guess.
yeah.
He's obviously
Now
a
that he's
spy.
not here, let's be real.
He's obviously a spy, dude. Like, he's from who knows where.
No,
not
no,
America.
you got-
and then he
no.
ends up right next to an Air Force base.
You're like, no, he's not a spy.
Yeah.
He's not.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. He's not a spy.
Yeah.
You're like Joey. Joey's not a Russian spy either.
Yeah.
Because he didn't know what Mike's
Yeah.
from, Kevin.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Shout out handsome Kevin Sherrill. Shout out to Joey Fitz,
Yeah.
Nice.
the Atlanta boys.
We went to the Midwest camp that Gary put on.
At that military academy that
Yeah.
our dads used to threaten us with.
Yeah. Why didn't you guys host it here? Space?
Space, yeah.
Oh,
We
shit,
did like a weekend.
Okay.
Yeah. There's so many.
And it was the dorms and
Yeah,
shit, so
nice.
you could just put us all up in there.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, it was
Like
a
We
lot
didn't
of
have to
fun.
really bother with like any of the military stuff.
I would hope not.
Like I said, I hope one of these kids doesn't bully me, but it was like it was so funny because like
Did you see him? The military kids?
oh yeah, they're all around. They got yelled at constantly.
Did they really?
Constantly, and fucking it was so funny because like when I sent that, I was in line in the cafeteria, and the kids that are yelling at them are like
Other kids.
17, 16-year-olds yelling at like middle schoolers.
Yeah.
So it's not like a huge gap. I was like, dude, you guys are like 4
You guys are
years
both
apart.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like they're yelling at him and shit, and like I'm like,
See, it's funny because that's the military school our dad's threatened us with, but when we were driving out to Kansas City, there's a big billboard for it that makes it look fun now. Like it's like a girl swinging on a rope.
Yeah.
In like military uniform or whatever, but she's got a big
yeah,
smile swinging
they've
on a
got
rope.
2 fucking obstacle courses.
They
Yeah.
got a paintball field out there.
Do they?
Yeah.
Y'all walk
I
the
bet
grounds
that's
a little
tight
bit more than I
paintball
do.
field.
Dope, dude.
We couldn't do a lot of stuff there because,
Yeah.
but we got the gym. I think me and Hawaii are the only ones that use the gym.
Yeah, we're the only ones that went in there and lifted.
Yeah, but like everybody sat in that big old stanky pool.
Yeah.
Smelled like chlorine. Indoor pool. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I hit my knee in it once.
Yeah,
That's about it.
but yeah, I got nipple high in it.
Nice.
But yeah, it was a fun time, like chilling out there. But the food was edible.
All right.
That was,
It was fuel.
yeah,
Nice.
not
Oh,
enough.
because you just ate the cafeteria food?
Yeah, it was
You could
not
go-
enough.
if
You could
drove,
leave and
you
get
could
something.
leave and
Yeah,
get your own
yeah.
shit.
Like clearly we had cars and shit, so
Yeah.
like they're not trying to harass us about no, you gotta stay on the grounds or shit.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a bunch of dudes fucking left, went to the gas stations and liquor stores and shit, and they were drinking.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I discussed the party
Yeah.
in the basement.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the basement party.
But yeah, like I was eating like portions that were way smaller,
Oh, yeah.
and like Big Dwight, who was on Rick's episode, Barry White, he had went up and gotten a second set of like his seconds and stuff. He's bigger than I am.
It's fucking huge.
And then apparently, like right after, like he's getting back to sit down, get on the microphone, like, kid, you cannot have seconds. Do not ask. And I said, you just got them kids in trouble, Dwight. He goes, I don't care.
I gotta eat.
When we were sitting there eating lunch or dinner one day, I don't remember which one it was.
It's all the same.
You guys ever have that kid in class that was like the teacher's pet? He'd snitch on everybody and be like, "Oh, they weren't quiet."
Yeah, I went to school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was like this kid. Clearly, he was. I wouldn't say he was like an outcast, but he looked like he was one of the outcast kids.
Andre 3000 or Big Boy?
Big Boy.
Oh, okay.
And fucking, he's sitting there in his little side of his table or whatever, and the rest of the kids are all talking, and the 17, 16-year-old kid already came, hey, what did I tell you guys to be quiet? And one of the other kids like did the whole like fart, poop, poop, and like the other kids start laughing, you know, when you're asleep.
It was the same thing that me and Hawaii were doing.
Yeah.
And fucking like they're just going back and forth and snickering and laughing, and the kid just bam slams his hands onto. He's like, hey, when he tells you, you respect him and you listen to your superior officer. Just all this other kind of shit. And one of the guys that was sitting at our table was like in the military, I guess, and he like turns to us and he was like, that kid has no fucking idea what he's talking about. And we just fucking laughed.
That is the best part, was we were there with like ex-military guys and they're like,
this shit is weird.
yeah.
Most of it they were just like, man, this shit's gay.
Yeah.
Like, this straight up puss stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what they got these kids out here doing, but back in my day,
yeah.
It was a good time though.
That's good.
Did you have a good time while you were back home?
Yeah, man. It's been a good time.
Fucking AJ.
Yeah, besides AJ kind of bailing on me. I thought we were buds, but whatever.
Yeah.
Get well soon.
Get well soon. Shout out Alec Jackson, number 2.
Yeah, it's been cool. I'm probably going to go stand outside and feel the thunderstorm a little bit more. So
I think it's actually passed now.
Yeah, but it'll still smell good out there and stuff. You don't get that in LA, dog.
Yeah, he said we left Kansas City this morning and he goes, I like seeing wet grass.
Yeah. Dude, I'm pumped on everything, dude. I'm pumped on the clouds. I'm pumped on wet grass, dude. It's awesome. It's all so different.
I love nature.
I love nature. You gotta appreciate the shit.
Shout out to nature.
Dude, the biggest shout out to nature, dude. It's my favorite.
Earth Gang.
Earth Gang. Earth Cult forever. But yeah, being home's been cool. Time's flown by. I go back tomorrow, so yeah, hopefully next time we'll get a little bit more training in, get some lifting in and all that. But yeah, it's been cool to see my family and friends and just chill. It's not something I do a lot, so yeah, get back to business on Tuesday, and yeah, should be good. But it's been a good trip, man.
Man, the life of a no-gi professional athlete.
I don't know if I'm all that, but
You sound like me.
My bad.
Somewhere close to.
no-gi.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm A1, bro. Yeah, the one, son.
Garrett, tell everybody where they can find you at on your social medias, or if you have any sponsors.
Fuck, come on, son. Don't set me up to fail like that. No, I got no sponsors right now. You can find me at Garrett, spelled the right way, GarrettXasc on Instagram, and then my like strength coach page is Agro Conjugate, so you can find that. I do remote programming. Obviously, if you're in LA, do workouts. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's about it.
I really wish your handle was fucking Garrett spelled the right way. The whole thing.
Yeah. That'd be worth it, dude. I've seen some really long handles lately. I'm like, I could probably fit that in there. So yeah. All right, that's it.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
Peace.
Fucking professional.
Pull your cord through your fingers.
Yeah.
Pull it back down.
Oh, this way.
Yeah, that way.
Get it together.
Edge? Why?
You gotta do it.
Look at this mess, man. What are you doing? What is this, fucking amateur hour, Garrett?
I was trying not to let it do it.
I thought we weren't dealing with a retard.
Yeah. I got bad news for you. You are. Well, no wonder I didn't do it right. It takes fucking 10 minutes to do it right, apparently.
This is not even doing it.